You're a true artisan, son. Barret had all this stuff laid out when I got here this morning.
Yep.
And we're getting ready to put some handrail posts up. I wanted to lay them out first and see where they hit on the joist, Barret. You know, to decide whether we're going to bolt them in or from which side. And I've already got the spacing figured out. 4'3" and 1/8. 4'3" and 1/8.
All right.
But let's show them how we're going to do that. So we're going to start our post at 2.5 inches off the end, Barret.
All right.
And what that does is, if you start, if I keep my fat fingers out of the way and prop up the tape. If we start from this corner and come 2.5, and we go from this corner 2.5, that'll put like a 3.5 inch space between them, which we don't want any more than that between them. Are you cutting me a foot? Let's check to see. It should be 5'3" and 1/8. We've already got all the others marked.
Yep.
Where is it? Atta baby.
Nice, Dad.
Got it. Got her. All perfect. So now we're going to make us a little template to screw onto the top of the post to make sure they're all sticking up the same. So Barret and I made this jig. Show this jig, Barret. That screws to the top of the post and holds the post at 36 inches. And then what we did is we tacked it on the inside with some nail. We plumbed it. Then we pre-drilled our holes. Now we're going to see if this little 20-volt DeWalt will run them in. Okay. You just want to, you know it's tight when the washer sinks up a little bit.
Yeah, you can see it going in the wood.
Yeah, that's going to work good. Now, is it still plumb? Well, we've already pre-drilled our holes, so it don't matter.
Yeah. That's good, Dad.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
You got this one going? Yeah, we don't, you can just watch it, and when it starts to sink up, let go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's pretty strong, though. The reason we had to put these so close together is because of this slope, but that's fine. This one comes in about 1.5 inches down from the top, so that's why they're that close together, but they're going to be strong. Got our plumb?
Yep.
So you see our jig?
Yeah.
That's holding it. I'm talking to them, boy. Audience, you see our jig? That's holding our post 36 inches off the deck or the framing. And the reason we don't have to do it more than 36 is because we've got 1.5 inches of top rail. But what we're doing is, Barret's getting her plumb, and I'm going to tack it. Did we already get one nail?
You got one in there, yeah.
Okay, so you got it plumb.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to do is get one nail, and then have the guy holding it get it plumb, and then you can pop it with another one directly. Did I get it? It didn't come out the edge, did it? Good. Now it's held until we screw it. You know, pre-drill our holes. Is that a good idea? Tips from the pros, baby. Drill her out, Barret. You could drill a hole in reverse if you tried hard enough. And now you got to reverse it. But that's one of those bits that's, the reason you're having trouble is that's one of those bits that's got the threads on the end, and that's the only size. It's only 1/4 inch. Figures the compressor would go off right when I'm done. But it's the only 1/4 inch bit that I had that long, and that's why we're having to use it. you liking that DeWalt
Oh yeah.
20 volt
Nice. I like
impactor driver? How is it impacting your life? So, it's a matter, it's like one of those battles you choose, Barret. You really don't gain anything by notching those posts. You just don't. What you lose is time and effort, right? There's no 100% effective way to notch out those posts without having to take a saw and just make a bunch of kerf marks, taking a chisel, cleaning it out, and then all you got left over is like a little bit of piece of meat that you're running a bolt through that won't see a bit of thread, which is not a huge deal. But this way we get use of our entire bolt. Our bolts would be sticking through the inside if we notched them. Anyway, there's a bunch of reasons. The main one is because it's just not necessary, and people have just gotten into the habit of doing it, you know. And you and I just put all these. How long did it take us? Hour maybe. We'd still be notching. Okay. It would be lunchtime before we got these posts up. And by the time you get all the top rails on, which reinforces lateral, right? And these balusters are going to go down and all screw in. Every baluster is going to screw into this band. So there's no way in the heck you can push that. You'll be able to push that handrail out. There's just no advantage to it. It's just a big waste of time, effort. Makes your post. Sometimes it makes them look bad. Treated lumber is unstable. I've had the sun come out, hit a post, and literally twist the bottom of them because we notched them and we just had a little meat left over. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, I like it not notched, yeah.
I'm sure the internet experts will chime in. The good ones will be on my side. Well, Barret made me stay and put these last 4 posts up. Slave driver.
Right.
I'm actually going to call Paco, Barret, and see what he would charge to help us on this flooring. This flooring really needs to be put down all in one day, to be honest with you. You don't want to make a project of putting this flooring down. What happens is if you're doing it by yourself and you get wore out on, like, say you put down 5 or 6 feet, you know, you come back the next day or 2 days later, all that flooring is already shrunk up because it's sitting out in the sun. Now you're putting another, you see, it just all needs to be put down and then let the sun come and hit it all at once. That's probably the smartest thing to do. So I'm gonna ask Paco what he would charge me to come out here and put this down. So the next video you might see on this is Paco helping us, and then Barret and I would do the handrails and the steps. That sound like a plan?
Yeah, that's cool.
Barret's like, don't bother me, boy, I'm busy.